kids might gripe. That nigga has gripes. This nigga gripes.
You know what it was? It was just the way I sat. In my body actually took me. But he's right there.
Looked right up at me. What happened now? Gary.
He said he has gripes. What's your gripe, kid?
Oh, it's not going to the podcast.
He's like, this is not going on. Oh, shit.
His face is like, no, fuck that.
Feeling appreciated.
Somebody said, I've been reading the comments, and they're like, I'm surprised at the women, how well they're taking all this.
Dude, are we live?
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to, that's like, shout out.
Oh, yeah,
Seriously, shout out to anyone who's listening, but in particular, like, any women who listen, like, religiously, and really just take it in. Because that you have accomplished like step one. Like, you are doing the work. You want to get better.
Yeah.
Like, you want to be better. You're not just like just coasting along, just wallowing in sadness and just watching your man like mope around the house. You're like, let's work on this. So shout out to anybody who's like trying, like actually really trying to do the work.
And I've also seen like some guys say like they watch it with their lady, which is I think is super dope. There are a lot of podcasts out there, like I said, that are like they're way aggressive towards women in a sense,
Polarizing.
Yeah, and they're just like women. I wonder why. I feel like sometimes we be jabbing. Somebody's like, even though Keenan be like women bashing. I was like, women bashing.
Yeah.
Where are you getting this women bashing from?
Well, you do bash.
You're definitely worse.
I'll definitely say you.
Nathan, you are definitely.
You're definitely worse than I am, Gary.
I'm not that bad. I feel like.
But I think Gary comes out here. He has a tank top on, shows his muscles off. Girls are just like, oh, he ain't being that.
I don't think Gary's that bad though.
I don't think I'm that bad.
In fact,
I take the side of women most. I am the voice of women on the show
for sure.
We have one.
The most.
Okay. Well, sorry, I'm out here just bashing women. I'm the one. Because I called y'all narcissistic, and I said slightly more narcissistic, not way above, but because I'm the woman basher of the show.
I think that's just the nature of it, though, man.
But I want to, because the whole purpose of this it wasn't for us. Mm-hmm. We already know how we talk.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to back up Gary and give a shout out to the ladies.
Absolutely.
They're taking the information in, applying it.
We don't know if they're applying it.
Well, yeah.
They're taking it in.
Right. But I think some were saying like they've had several conversations with their husband or you know.
I hope they're not weaponizing it.
Well, yeah, and I do love that they're able to at least watch this conversation, and it seems like they're not being triggered. So not just even going. Right. Some of them might be single, but they're not getting triggered by it. Like, yo, this is some work that I do have to do. Mm-hmm. You know, I did see the other comment on there about she was like, I love y'all's show. I'm sorry, I forgot who it was. Saying I love you guys' show, but that's like I ain't gonna lie to you. When y'all be talking about a lot of the woman stuff, I be on y'all side because I don't be having issues sex-wise. My sex drive is super high. I be doing this. When y'all get complaints, I be like, yeah, why do you bitches ain't kind of doing it? And it's just like, you know, I appreciate both sides. I appreciate just being like, all right, trying to work on something. Because we're not perfect either. That's why we love this podcast too. We kind of talk about the stuff.
We talk about how this is therapy.
Yeah, it's therapy for us at times. We got to work on stuff. We call each other out about stuff all the time about what we need to work on. And you know, I got to stop women bashing. So I'm gonna.
Nah, bash, man. Bash away. We got equalizers. Bash away.
You know what's funny? I saw a meme that said, "Niggas don't go to therapy; they just start podcasts."
Yeah, I think that. Yeah.
I was like, I mean, hey, it's the same shit.
Well, I mean, sometimes some people can't afford it. Because I mean, I didn't know some therapies be like. I mean, that's why we need like a sponsorship from one of those companies. And I don't want to say their name yet until they give us one. But there's a company out there that does it. But like, yeah, I mean, sometimes therapy's like $120, $150, $170 for like an hour. And you gonna pay that weekly? Like that's tough for some people. You know what I'm saying? I was talking about this in the car. I was saying how. You can look it up right now that I'm saying it because I need to say you went to check.
Yeah, I'm check.
But I think black men, we're either number 1 or number 2 when it comes to like suicide. Which is
really?
like, yeah, we're at the top.
So you know what that means? Suicide is now cool.
Pretty much.
If niggas are doing it, suicide is cool now.
No, there's no way we're above white dudes.
That's what I
think.
There's
no way.
I say we're either number 1 or number 2. White men might be number 1, but we're number 1 or number 2.
I don't even know how you look this up though.
No, I mean
suicide demographics, suicide rates amongst by race, I guess.
Yeah, but I think I Googled something like that, and then I think it was like this.
There's no way we're one.
I think it was like the census. It was like we're 1 or 2.
I don't know.
But even if we're number 2, nigga, that's still high.
You might have got this from a .net site. Okay, okay, I'm going CDC.
Yes, where I went.
All right.
Let's take a look at this because I don't. Yeah,
it's a lot of words, man. Where are the charts?
I'm
not here for words. Nigga, just show me black.
I hate when the articles be like listing like just why we here. Give me the numbers. The articles come in hot and like.
Hey, so how you guys doing today?
I'm the guy who wrote
shit.
this.
Okay, hold on. Suicide rates among young adults aged 18 to 24. All right. Come on. God damn.
We're the old niggas.
They got it by 18 to 24. They're doing an age.
Mm-hmm.
It's American Indian or Alaska Native. They're top 34.3%. Black people are third. So it's an Indian, Native American Indian, white, and then black, and then Hispanic, and then Asian, and then Hispanic.
I was gonna say, ain't no way Asians.
Yeah, Asians and then Hispanic. This is for males.
This is fucked up.
This is for males. Damn, males are committing suicide way more than females.
Because these women are stressing us the hell out.
Way more. Way more.
I told you, nigga. When I saw the numbers, it was like to the hundreds to like compared to like the thousands or whatever it is for us, right? And I was just like, we talk about like, how can we women bashing today?
Go ahead, because I'm now.
But I'm like, and the realness is like how women are always saying how much they're stressed out, they're much stressed out than us, and they're going through more than us. The numbers are showing something completely different. The numbers are showing that we're going through a hell of a lot, and then on top of that, when we're trying to express ourselves, we get made fun of. We get made fun of from everybody, whether it's us making fun of us or women making fun of us.
Yeah, I think we
can't even express ourselves.
It makes sense that the men's are higher because women are allowed to be
expressive.
Yeah,
expressive, and women carry stress better. Women are better at being unhappy. Niggas being unhappy, like we'll do whatever we gotta do to not like to solve that. Like niggas don't do well being unhappy.
I think what it is that we hold in stress a lot and we don't show it a lot, and then it's like we let it boil over.
You know what it is? Dudes are raised to like suffer in silence.
Exactly.
100%. So it's like shut your ass up. Just like man up, right?
Suffering out loud is weakness. Suffering out loud means man up. Bitch.
So then somebody gets to a point where it's just like, all right, well I'm out because it's not gonna get fixed. Ain't nobody helping me to fix this shit.
Who can you talk to? Like this,
I'm out.
We're the outlets. We're the many outlets for
podcasts.
Podcasts. It's like y'all can't get mad at us starting podcasts.
Let these niggas do these podcasts and they don't kill themselves.
When you see all these niggas being aggressive on podcasts, these niggas trying to get they
shit out.
Working
their shit out.
You see like, well, these women is what we hate you. Red pill. And it's just like these niggas are just
they need therapy.
I would want to know. I would want to see the data on the suicide rates amongst desirable men, like fuckable niggas. Like niggas who can get, because like you can be stressed out.
But if you bust that nut,
you get some pussy, you like, okay, I can be cool for
you. But remember that's a small percentage of men.
Right.
We talked about that before. It's like there's probably like 15, maybe 20% of men that are probably fucking the majority of women.
Right, yeah.
So it's just like, so that number is going to be small, whereas the other 80% aren't.
So his point is, like,
niggas
how much?
Oh yeah,
niggas have access now.
How much suicide?
Sure.
Is related to lack of pussy. Like, because if you get pussy
heals all.
You good.
That's horrible.
We already established, like, if cops got pussy before they shifts, nigga, it would be less unarmed black
niggas, they going out there and they fuck prostitutes and like,
that's
Kitty!
But it's not the same. Which reminds me, when I only watch the episodes that I'm not on, but I watch most of the BT episode when he talk about that girl having cold pussy.
Yeah. I didn't know what you were talking.
No, I went to like at strip clubs, those girls' bodies be cold as fuck.
Well, it's cold in there.
Yeah, I think they purposely keep because they have to have a cool,
musty, bro.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, so the AC be blasting.
I mean, it hit different when a girl's dancing with her like a cold ass body.
I like cold cheeks though.
Cold cheeks?
Butt cheeks?
Ah, hell.
I like
Not that I like it, but I don't have an issue with it. One thing,
it's like I can eat a sandwich hot or cold. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like I don't need it. I don't need hot sandwich only.
I don't eat deli meat.
I don't mind.
I don't eat deli meat.
But I do like when I do cold sandwiches. I want it cut like off, like a fresh piece of chicken or a piece of like I don't like the packaged deli meat.
Yeah.
I slice it right there.
Yeah.
So I make the boys lunch every day with chicken I made on the grill, and in the morning I just cut it up, and it's like. But Keelan do not eat deli meat.
Yeah.
You tell me you can't go to. I ain't gonna lie to you. When I used to like still eat like a lot of like just all the I don't say all the meats because that's just a super plausible statement, but like eating pork, whatever. And you would go to like a bodega.
No, when I was
New York,
younger,
like a bodega in New York, I feel like they still got fire ass.
But they're cutting that too, though.
I mean, it's fresh, but it's still cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I can do cold.
But you do condiments.
I prefer hot.
You heavy on condiments?
Oh, I'm heavy on condiments.
See, I don't fuck with mustard, I don't fuck with mayonnaise.
Oh, I'm heavy on.
I can do mustard and pickles over my sandwich.
I'm
That's
heavy on
really
the
it.
sauces.
I don't do mayonnaise.
Like I'm a Chipotle mayo ass nigga. Avocado. Like I'm all that.
I got avocado on there too.
All that. I don't like dry ass sandwiches. I hate a dry sandwich, especially when you start cutting the roof of your mouth. Like I'm good.
Bro, I did a show last night with this gay comic. We're in the green room talking, nigga. It's like I'm like envious and hateful in how much gay niggas are winning. Like these niggas are they're let me tell you, bro. Like we don't know what's going on like in the gay world. Huh?
Career wise? You mean
No, just like in life.
Okay.
There's apps for gay men where you can you can solicit a massage, free massage, from an older gay man who just wants his hands on like a youthful body.
That's why I said.
There's an app. I'll repeat it. There's an app.
Not like a low key app. Like
just like an app.
Oh, their apps are
that go on. That gay men go on. Like I could be a gay man and I could just get a massage from a nigga down the street. No strings attached. Just a massage, and he's just gonna be an older gay man who just wants his hand, who just wants to feel a youthful body. These niggas have all they're just living in excess.
I was opening for I forgot who it was.
That shit made me so mad.
His friend was gay, and they showed me their dating apps. Women can never do this. Their apps, you could literally narrow it down to
exactly what you want.
I want this nigga with this height, blah blah.
Exactly.
And it's gonna be somebody like, yeah.
That's me.
That's penis,
bro.
Like these niggas.
We're also bigger horn dogs overall. So like
exactly. So all of them. That's all they do.
Fucking.
Yeah. For us, it's like it doesn't matter if you're gay or straight. Like men are just horny motherfuckers.
In the most like. Yeah. And then he planted this.
Now, granted,
this was fucked up to plant though. It was fucked up because like. We talk about how bad women are like at head and shit like that. It was like if you were to ever explore the idea or the possibility of getting head from a gay man, nigga, it'll be the best head of your life. And I was like, I hate it because you're probably right. You're probably fucking right. I would never do it, but you fucking, I hate that you motherfuckers just have everything. But he was like, in turn, if you grew up in somewhere like Missouri or some shit, whatever, you suffered at 16.
Yeah.
Because I was like, what was your life at 16? He was like, yeah, it was pretty hard. I had to, struggle with different shit. And I was like, damn, at 16, I was kind of.
And you got to factor into the recklessness of niggas. That's why some diseases are running rampant.
Oh, nigga,
no. Rampant. But they got pills for everything.
They got pills, nigga.
Everything.
Bro.
All the shit's on the commercial now, they've been having nigga. I know.
Nigga, I'm so mad. I'm so mad. They take daily HIV prevention pills.
Yep.
So you post it on the app like, hey, like make sure like let everybody know like this is how safe I am. This is my bottle. I take,
Then
even if they don't have it?
Yeah, they take
I mean, you can't, yeah.
But then they take shit on you see on TV, which is like a plan B for the AIDS. Like I kid you not,
bro.
Like, I'm not in my bullshit.
Dude, no.
They have a plan B.
I hate these niggas,
they have
bro.
a backup. They have a backup for the backup. So these niggas niggas out here just wilding, and nobody's getting
They
pregnant.
just slang it, dog.
And nobody's getting pregnant. They're out here wilding, bro.
Dude, this is gonna be the podcast where everyone be like,
bro,
I knew these niggas.
Bro,
wilding, bro. Like they were telling me this shit. I was like,
Plan B for AIDS. This might be the funniest shit.
well, when he was telling me about it, that's what I said back to him. I was like,
okay.
so it's a Plan B for AIDS. He was like, pretty much. And I was like, that's fucking crazy.
That's wild.
But you're seeing it in the commercials.
I've seen the commercials, yeah, but I know commercials.
But they been had that shit.
Yeah.
And it's fucking crazy.
that shit had me hot, bro. I was so fucking.
It shows you that they run the world. It shows you that they run shit because.
But I'm
all
like,
you
where?
gotta do is suffer.
But where? I'm like,
through
risk
teenage
the
years.
meetings and shit.
I was talking about. I don't know. I know we're kind of from the same area, but in where you grew up, how like. Because there's like I feel like it's kind of a misconception of like black people hate gays.
Mm.
I think black people are apprehensive towards like in the closet motherfuckers. Like black people want you to be who you are.
Right. I don't. Here's the thing. I don't like the fact that we get the title of being the most homophobic. And I think that is not true at all. I think that
if you grew up in church, you know it's not true.
That's one.
Because every director was like, why?
Yeah. But also too, what happens is that like, yeah, your parent or whatever it is, but that's like that might be to your parent or somebody in your family. But you go down through the whites, through the Asians, through everybody. A lot of them are the same way. It's like we don't want that in here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now there's some people that are accepting in the family, but I think that's in every culture.
I know in Latin culture they be hard on it too.
They be super hard on it, but a lot of the cholo niggas be on the low.
Yeah.
But it's like what happens is that we get this whole thing that black people are gay. It's like I think it's more on the sense of that. It's just like no, a good amount of us want you to just be like, yo, nigga, we knew you were gay since you were 4.
Right. Yeah.
We've known this, so we don't hate you. Clearly, we don't hate you. Now, don't say because you might have a mother and father that did beat you because you were gay that black people are gay. It's like your mother and father don't fuck with it. But also too, I always say you got to have a deep dive
there's so much going into it.
Like, and I think
bucking and all that.
Yeah,
shit,
when you go to buck breaking, I think there's a movie called a documentary called Buck Breaking. But it's like
what's buck breaking?
Pretty much when the slaves pretty much fuck the biggest, blackest guy on the slave thing in front of everybody to let you know like who's really in charge, who has power.
Sometimes they make them fuck each other too.
Yeah.
So if that's your first entry, you know,
Wait,
so
what?
If that's your first like intro on homosexuality,
what do you mean? Make men
like
fuck other
two,
men?
yeah.
Or make two big dudes, like they'll make
You can't make a nigga fuck somebody. You gotta get
slave,
hard.
slaves,
Slavers.
you can.
Yeah.
How can you force a slave to get hard?
I don't know.
I don't
Your
know.
life on the line, I guess. Nigga, your penis a function.
But here's the thing. It's like when you're like I always think it's kind of weird. People say trauma is passed down through generation, but this can't be passed down through generation, right? It's just like if somebody's seeing that, like let's say your great grandfather saw some crazy stuff like that, and they're just like, nigga, never, nigga, never. Right. This will never happen. Right. So now this is going to be traditionally brought down to where he's like, I don't even want to see this shit.
Yeah, I don't fuck with that.
Whether it's like now it's encoded in him because of trauma can be passed down through genetics, but then it can also be passed down just mentally saying some shit to somebody. Like, we have to understand that. I think that grace, I understand that people don't want to give that grace, but I think that grace has to also be given in the family also too. Like, all right, look, nigga, this might have been passed down in a sense where it's just like, some niggas ain't used to this. This wasn't necessarily black people's lifestyle like that.
Right.
So it's just like.
And their intro was bad. It was bad.
Yeah, their intro was like essentially rape. It's not necessarily just.
It wasn't even like two people in love. It was like nigga force fed.
Exactly.
So you would understand why black people have a trauma over it and everything like that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
So are you saying that black people are like are homophobic but with reason? Is that what you're saying?
Some with.
And then what we talking about homophobic?
And then others too.
I think black people just want you to be your authentic
that too,
self.
and I think, and when I ask dudes about it, like it's weird because I've done jokes about all this stuff, right? Mm-hmm. But like a lot of black men too, they don't. The gay isn't the issue. They're annoyed with the flamboyancy.
But the flamboyancy represents the gay. Like,
but see, it doesn't. Only with black people extra anyway.
Yeah.
I think that plays a part too. Is like black people are homophobic, but black gay niggas are also hella extra.
Yeah.
So it's like. It's easy to say they're homophobic. It's like, no, I'm just annoyed because this nigga extra. Like, the other communities ain't that extra. You know what I'm saying?
There's a
we're just extra people.
Range.
We're extra.
Yeah.
We're just hella extra.
But like, cause my idea or theory was that like, if somebody walks in this room and they're gay, I would like. I mean, I don't care. I don't care if you're closeted or anything. But I'm just saying, hypothetically, you would just want to know, just based on their appearance and their demeanor, that they're gay.
Right. Because you don't have to ask weird, awkward questions.
Yeah. You don't have
no,
to
for real though. Like, some people are like, is he?
Yeah.
You know, people be like, is he?
So maybe
do
you think the overly flamboyant gays are like really just trying to let it be known, like I'm gay, hey, just so everybody fucking.
I mean, I don't know. I had to ask. I don't, but I know even black women get annoyed because like when I did that joke and they put that up, there were a few people that were upset, but a lot of the black women were like they're annoyed.
Yeah.
They feel like you're doing a caricature
Caricature.
of us, and that's offensive.
Right.
And so I think all that plays a part into why people label black people homophobic. It's like, one, we're extra as fuck. 2, our intro to it was trash. 3, like, you know what I mean? It's so much to why it might be that, when in fact, like you were saying, most people just be like...
But annoyance and homophobia is like a different thing.
But everybody, it's kind of how people overuse everything. Homophobia, narcissism, like everything is just a blanket statement. Here you go, that's what you are.
Homophobia, what's the actual definition of homophobia? Is it being afraid?
Generally phobias
are being afraid.
So, and then I think people have had that breakdown too. It's just like, ain't nobody afraid of you.
Yeah.
So it's just like, what's the real thing,
like
how black people
right.
feel? It's just like, and here's the other thing too. Do people have to accept your lifestyle?
Yeah.
Like, do that. Like, if that's what you are, we're like, well, I don't really fuck with that, but I'm cool with you. Like, I don't have an issue with you. I can still work with you.
I think that's
everything.
Like,
do you guys feel like you have like a lot of gay friends? Like true great gay friends?
True, like buddy tight.
Like
no, I have being in this industry, you just meet so many.
I know gay people. I have gay.
Yeah.
Like, I guess what you consider gay homies, because it's just like
lesbian, yes.
Yeah, but it's just like when it comes to like my friend circle, nah. Like it's just like.
What about fluid niggas?
What?
Or fluid dudes, like dudes who aren't particularly gay, but they're like sexually fluid.
That,
you know, like bisexual.
I guess like that I know of, though. Like that's in my circle.
I mean, I know it's politically incorrect. I'm like, you gay.
I
know it's incorrect, but I'm like, well, you get.
Well, I mean, you gotta realize something. We're 3 cis males talking about this. We're gonna get destroyed by it, but it is. We're just trying to have an honest conversation about what it is. But I mean, if it comes to like my inner, but it's like also too. It's not like I'm being like, nah, you can't join the inner circle. It's just like I connect who I connect with. It's just like I always keep my circle pretty small anyway. I've had my group of friends that I grew up with, which is about 3 to 4 niggas, and then I met a new like 4 or 5 niggas doing stand up that I've actually became my friends.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of close friends.
I don't have a lot of close friends in general.
So it would have to be one of my close friends would have to come out, and then that wouldn't change anything.
It was so fluid, it was so smooth. He made a minor adjustment. See, that's why Gary is not necessarily women bashing. Y'all taking us that because y'all already knew he was a gay dude.
Oh shit! That's the only way. Like I'm not adding pieces anymore. Like I got my.
That's how I feel. It would take.
But I know a lot more gay dudes now. Though.
Okay.
Like,
yeah, of course, especially being in the industry, and but also too growing up in LA, and I'm sure y'all growing up in the Bay Area. Like there was always a kid or at least a few out kids that were flamboyant, especially in those black ones. You said flamboyant.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I was like, I don't know if I buy the homophobia thing. It was just those were people who knew who they were. Even like I grew up in the projects.
Yeah.
Even in the projects, there was the one house. Oh, Gay Charlie lived there.
Every hood, every project you go into, there's a few gay niggas.
But nobody fucked with them.
And nobody beats them up.
Right.
And nobody does anything to them.
In middle school, some flamboyant gay dudes, like, they just hung out with the girls, and we just saw them as one of like the girls.
At Deer Valley. Yeah. Terrence used to braid everybody hair.
Yeah, nigga, like,
Marion, there was Terrence, there was Marion, there was...
Terrence braid your hair?
No, not that.
No. This nigga... Were you afraid?
For one, I didn't get braids until college. So I had waves.
Well, I feel like you wanted braids in high school, but he was only nigga doing hair. So your mama waited till.
If you must know, my mama braided hair. That's who was braiding my hair.
That's your mother's braid. That's when she used to braid Keelan's hair.
My mom braided since she was 16. Yeah. So my mom braided hair. So that's who braided my hair. But I remember that being a thing.
They got an excuse for everything.
Do you remember that? I remember Terrence would braid hair after school, and one dude got his hair braided after school. And people did have something to say about it, but not about Terrence. They had something to say about the nigga getting his hair braided. It was like,
you see why niggas is out here?
You sitting in between these niggas?
Black mental health issues?
You see
why?
Is that the only way you can do hair?
I'm not gonna lie, the visual was hilarious.
That is funny.
Because it was after school and everybody was sitting on the benches, so he was sitting, on the you know the lunch table's got the bench and then the table?
Yeah.
So bro that was getting his hair braided was sitting on the bench and Terrence was sitting on the table. and he was just sitting there, and you see dude like it was the visual was hilarious, but no one bothered. Like you said, no one bothered any of the guys.
How did his hair come out though? Was it solid?
I don't know. I had practice.
I gotta wait this out and see.
This nigga Keon was so homophobic. He didn't his hair for a full week or two.
I was like, I have to go to practice. Nigga. I don't have time to see.
You can see the nigga for
Brady's standing there watching him bouncing his basketball.
Yeah, Brady's last for at least a week or two.
I think low key. I think he might have took him out because everybody was.
Oh, they killed him for it.
Oh,
yeah,
that's fucked up.
But this goes back to what we talk. I guess you want to bring it back to the black mental health things. It's like, yo, like. That's another thing. I think that's another thing too. I think also too, as black people, us making fun of people get looked at as we don't like you, we hate you. A lot of times when we're clowning, that means we do got some type of love for you. We kind of respect you in a certain way. Or honestly, when we don't fuck with you, we don't fuck with you. Yeah, like it's like, oh, so I don't give a fuck about that nigga. We out of here. Like we go a whole different way, and we don't necessarily mess with you. Now we start roasting you. There's some type of thing there, so it's just like, oh, we might all right. There's a respect there, or it's like I kind of fuck with this person. I don't mean no harm by none of this. It's our culture, at least our Black American culture here that we kind of built ourselves. Roasting is a part of that.
Damn, now that I'm thinking about it, it's kind of like it's fucked up, but it's also hilarious how like a motherfucker's their like features, you know, their shortcomings or whatever, just become their nickname. Like they didn't want that nickname.
Yeah,
like they didn't
Damon
want that.
on that.
That's hella fucked up.
He said Damon Senior.
You can call a nigga that for so long that it just becomes their nickname, and they just gotta take it.
They gotta take it.
He was like, what? When did we get to the point in society where you can't make fun of? And he was saying the same thing. Like we make fun of you because we fuck with you. Like we love you. He's like, I grew up with a club foot. You think for 1 second they wasn't gonna?
Yeah.
Like that was my name. Nigga. Like that's
crazy, right?
You know what I mean? Like if you the only white boy in your name, you white Mike or white whatever the fuck. That's what it is.
The girl I grew up with had like fucked up teeth. So like all through like her teenage years and shit, her name was Chopper. Her teeth was fucked up. She was just Chopper. And that's what she responded to.
All the dark skinned niggas that I knew that were from the hood, their nickname was always Black.
Black something.
Black or Black something or whatever the case may be. But that's just kind of what we always did. And let me ask this.
What's your nickname? Light skin, green eyes?
Nah, I mean, I didn't have, I never got called by my name, like either Baker or something like that. I always got called, somebody used to call me by my, and also too, growing up in the military thing, a lot of times you just got called by your last name. So it's like, I always got called Baker or something like that, what up, KB or something
Baker,
like that.
that's a cool nickname.
So I would get called by either my initials or like Baker or just by my name, but I didn't have like a, Hazel Eye Baker, nigga, like that. That would have been. It would have been a great nickname to have.
They're Hazel.
They're Hazel, not like Brown. You need to remember that. So, but this goes back to the mental health aspect of everything. Like, do you think it's a good or a bad thing? Do you think it's just part of our culture? Should it stay a part of our culture? Do you think we should kind of chill on some of it, or what do you think?
For me, honestly, what's funny is I didn't have my name is already by itself.
Unique enough, yeah.
So I never got a nickname, but I wanted one. But I was like, what's my thing? But then people just be like, Keon Poley, nigga. Poley.
Yeah. Like, I guess I got shoulders. I got called Keenan and Kel.
Oh,
so,
okay. Hilarious.
Yeah, I got called Keenan. I'm like,
Keenan
and Kel. Why Keenan and Kel? It was Keenan.
You had pronouns before everybody else,
man. Nigga, let me tell you something.
What's up, they?
I was never me. I was always somebody. You talk about Keon grandfather, godfather, but like they used to call me Keenan Ivory for the longest because Keenan Ivory was the hottest, and then when Keenan and Kel came out, I was called Keenan and Kel.
And so there are some big Keenans in the world.
Yeah,
just not in the sports.
Just not in sports.
Right?
niggas in the arts.
Which really
actually, Keenan Allen in football, so we're good. Still, he's top receiver.
We're still on that. It's been 3 weeks. We still only got.
There ain't no basketball player. I get it, nigga. I just want you famous kids to be popping out there, man.
Oh man.
But yeah, I guess you had to go to your statement. I agree with you. I remember I was kind of trying to craft a joke around that a while ago about like how we're not homophobic and how we use it, but it just goes like, I think what Keon kind of said is like we're so extra that if we say something, people take it as like oh, y'all just feel that way because y'all hate them. It's just like, nigga, nobody's exempt from these jokes, bro. Yeah. Like if you're gay, you're not exempt from these jokes. If you're lesbian, if you're light, if you're dark, if you got big teeth, if you got weird looking eyes, if you got a messed up foot, you gonna get these jokes from us. You
but
gonna get it.
And it's also just a joke. It doesn't like reflect the true sentiment of how motherfuckers like feel. But I would argue that maybe the flamboyant gay set an unrealistic expectation of like what gay is. So now like you have to be that in order to be like considered gay.
And that's the annoyance. It's like it's a character. Like who are you for real? Like if that's who you are for real, that's fine.
But I mean, you know
what I'm saying? But like I feel like a lot of people you saw something and was like, I gotta do that. Right? Where it's like
that's all of us.
Yeah.
But that you gotta like that shit, that energy is like
and that's
it's fabulous. That shit is fabulous.
But the thing is, a lot of people like I'm a very low key person.
Yeah.
So like when I talk about it on stage, anybody who's extra is annoying to me. Like so it's not just the gay. Like when them girls that be like bad girls go, I don't do that shit. Like men are women, so that's my thing. Is like I'd be like anybody, or like when we be out with comics and these niggas want to start, niggas sit down.
So why did the joke have to be like gay flamboyance? Why couldn't it just be flamboyance?
Because in the joke, I did say it. It's all about because I was setting up why. Like I set up the whole thing, and then but I'm like, it's everybody who's extra is annoying. You know what I'm saying? So it's not just them.
In particular.
Yeah, in particular.
It's the shirts, the netted shirts. Niggas stop wearing them.
My nigga does a cartwheel in the middle of the street. It's just like, this is a lot, my nigga. But I ain't gonna lie to you, for the longest, I thought that was gay.
Right, yeah.
Like being flamboyant was gay.
Exactly.
And then I remember it was, honestly.
Karamo changed the game.
Nigga. Karamo from the real world.
Everybody's like, he gay?
Was one of the,
he's just a regular nigga.
It was the first nigga, I guess, when I was coming of age anyway, was the first nigga I saw that was in Tim's, in a fitted hat, like a New York nigga that was like.
And then one episode he was just kissing
didn't like that.
And we was just like, wait, nigga.
Yeah, they didn't like
what
that.
What are you talking about?
Niggas like, no.
Because I think
you be transparent.
Where's your glitter?
Be transparent.
Do a cartwheel, nigga, spin. But I think what it was, I remember seeing that. That was a culture shock. Like I was like literally, and I think that took a while. And here's the thing, I think it's okay for niggas to be shocked by shit that they haven't seen before. It's like, nigga, if you ain't seen some shit before and you go like, most people ain't gonna react and be like, oh, okay, I ain't seen that before. That's crazy. They're gonna be like, nigga, what the fuck is happening here? And it's going to probably take them a second to adjust. But I remember, he was literally the first person I saw. I was just like, oh, I didn't even know gay people could be.
Well, I'll tell you one thing.
Regular in a sense.
Yeah. He looks gay now.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He looks gay now.
For sure.
Yeah, so
he owned it too. I think that's what was so big about it. Like
especially back then. Too.
Yeah, he was just like, nigga, I'm good.
Yeah,
everybody's like, oh, all right.
Because I remember,
and maybe that's why people didn't have a problem with it, because
confidence.
He was in, like you said, Tim's fitted, but nigga, I'm good.
And women still liked him too, because women was
right.
like, I think he might not necessarily he might be considered bisexual. I'm not sure. I'm not sure of the, like I said, we're not going to mess with these pronouns and shit like that. So forgive us. But like he either might have been bisexual or queer, whatever it is. And I remember, because there was on that same season, there was like there was two other like black chicks on there that were like fine.
Oh, the one from Vegas.
Yeah, I think it was one from Vegas. Yeah, and I was like, yo, I hope he gets from one of them. And then you can tell I think on his end he was like, yo, I could still pull your bitch, nigga, but it's like, what?
The penis is up.
But these dudes. But you get me mad. It's like Frank Ocean says that shit. Frank Ocean talks about that right now. He talks about like, nigga, if you keep fucking with me, nigga, I'll fuck your girl, my nigga. And Frank Ocean probably could still fuck your girl even though he's gay or whatever. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, to me, I feel like at this particular point in time, it's ingrained in our world. My thing is, it's just like, do people don't have to accept your sexuality. Now, do they have to respect you as a person? And like, if you're going out for a job, they can't use that against you for sure. But I'm not one of these people that's like, yo, you have to accept this, or else you hate this. I'm not that.
There's great.
You know what's wild about it though? If you removed the sexual part of it, it would be fine with anybody else. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, treat people with respect.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But I don't agree with people's eating lifestyles.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't agree with freaking how somebody might treat their girl or whatever. Like, so you don't have to be like, yes, I'm 100% in on this, to still treat somebody with respect, to still, fuck with them, to still, you know what I mean?
And I'm trying to envision like what that looks like when you said like, I don't have to accept it.
Well, because I think what he's saying is, because people are always like, if you like, I know, I think what you're saying, I don't have to support it.
or I don't have to celebrate it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't need to celebrate it.
Right. Like, okay, let's move it away from the gay, right? Like when people are like big girls or big people in general.
Yeah.
I don't have to be like, yeah, good, go.
Yeah.
I don't feel that way.
Yeah.
I don't feel that. But
you can be indifferent.
Yeah, but we still cool, we still good. Like, but I don't have to be like, yeah, let's all get fat. I don't have to do that. And people feel like they're bullying people into saying you have to do that, and that's not right. With the fat and the gay.
Well, I think what it is too is like people are feeling like they're being bullied on now the opposite end, like you said, of being like I guess cis or whatever y'all trying to call it nowadays. And it's just like some people are just like, yo, I'm chilling. Like if like don't get if I'm just like, oh, I'm neutral on it, it's just like, well, why don't you? It's just like, nigga, I got other shit I got to worry about, nigga. I got my own family. Like,
maybe that's what it is. Like he said, indifferent. They don't. You're not even allowed to be indifferent.
Like
I don't care enough to feel one way or the other. Like I don't. Like if somebody's like, oh, I'm gay, I'd be like, cool.
I got hella shit to think about.
I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I don't care enough about what you're doing to be like.
And that's also too your like you said, that's your sexual preference on either end. Why should that be important to me at all? Why should that be important to anybody? What your sexual, whether it's me being heterosexual, why that shouldn't be important to you. Why should you even want to know? Like it should be me as a person. If I'm doing a job with you, can I do that job well? Yeah, right.
Just like when people announce the races, like I got a white girl. Okay,
nigga, like I'm a fan. I'm a fan of North Carolina. I'm a fan of the Tar Heels, man. But when Hubert Davis came out and said that goofy shit, I was just like, man, what are you doing, man? What do you say?
I'm happy that my wife is white.
And I'm just like, you goofy motherfucker. But.
What's his name?
Hubert Davis, bro. It's the funniest.
I do remember.
It's so fucking funny.
But it's just like, yo, like, I think they
don't care.
Some people, you want people to care as much as you do about your sexual preference, nigga. It's yours. It's your sexual preference. Only you need to care. Not even your parents. I know you might want the approval from your parents, but it's just like, nigga, it's like with your dreams. It's like, nigga, your dream is your dream. Your parents don't have to give a fuck about your dream. You might want them to, but it's not their job to care about your dream. It's only your job to. So it's only your job to care about your sexual preference.
Why do we care? Why do you think people care?
Well, one, people in general are just nosy as fuck.
That too.
And people just be in people's business. And, I mean, you see it every day. Why are people on social media? Just to be nosy.
I mean,
it's ridiculous.
Shade Room, some of the biggest sites out there.
And for somebody like me, I don't follow any of them sites. Because I don't give a fuck. And a lot of people just be giving a fuck about what people are doing.
I don't think they necessarily give a fuck, but it is
people
curiosity. You think people be invested?
Yes, nigga, yes.
That's why reality be people just be like, I want it's simple. When I be doing polls on my IG, and I be like, this question is only for the men. Women answer because they can't even take being I gotta know what just wait, I'm gonna release this, the results. I answer because I just need to know right now. People are just, they can't be out of the loop. They can't do it.
You look at it right now, and I think it was Punch from TD said this. He was saying, when did the personality become bigger than the artist, or whatever the case may be? The personality of the artist become bigger than the artist. And that's what it is now. People care about the person more than whether the art form or anything. They want to know about you as a person. How do you live? What do you eat? Are you going through heartbreak? Did you go through something sexual? Did you whatever? They want to see if they're as connected to you as a person more than just your music nowadays.
Because people like to dream. Or the idea oh, I could have done that. So people want to look at your journey and see the shit that you're experiencing.
For sure.
So they can feel oh no, I had, I connected with them. I could have gone on that path.
Well, because to me, when I watch, that's why for me personally, I like interviews, right? I like interviews because it gives me, even this artist that I might necessarily be.
Gay interviews?
Huh?
I don't even know what that is.
It's a gay interview, nigga.
The interview of gay people. Do you watch or when you find out a person's, would you entertain a gay interview? A gay person being interviewed?
Why? I don't give a fuck why. But I don't watch interviews like that.
No, but what type of interviews do you watch?
No, just if it's an artist, let's say if I watch the Breakfast Club a good amount, right? Okay. And there's people that I don't even know on there that I watch. But it's if it's something that if it's they're talking about investing or they're talking about it might be somebody that is a comedian and start giving their story. Sometimes you kind of want to know their story and journey because it's sometimes you're probably going through a similar trial or tribulation, or you're all right, cool, some people look at it yo, if they went through what they got through, I know there's light at the end of the tunnel. You know what I'm saying?
It is cool to see someone's path.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people like to see that because it's just all right, this shit is hard for us. Sometimes people man, this shit even possible. And then somebody say, "Oh, this nigga had it way worse than me. What am I complaining about?"
Yeah.
All right, this is possible. I can do this. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes the journey's just funny too. It's just like, all right, here's this person's journey. It's just like, yo, this is kind of dope or funny.
You be watching, because you watch a lot of, like, what is it, Unsung? What's the music shit?
When I had cable.
Yeah, you watch a lot. You used to watch
I used to watch every episode.
Yeah.
But I used to just want to know, like,
because you're nosy, Keon. That's why, man.
The behind the scenes, like, because I would get, like, oh, I didn't know they wrote that song. All right, But I guess when I say nosy and drama, I'm talking about the nosy, I'm talking drama aspect.
Right.
Like, people be tuning in to the bullshit.
Well, that's television. That's storytelling.
Yeah, and I'd be like, why y'all be giving a fuck? And to me, when it comes to sexuality, stuff like that falls into the category of the bullshit.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to care or have any opinion on, like, where a motherfucker put what where. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
It really doesn't make sense.
Essentially, because your sexual preference is technically more private, because, like, you're having sex normally privately anyways. Mm-hmm. Me personally, too, I'm not a fan of PDA either. So it's like, I don't even like seeing the public display of affection a whole bunch. Like, I don't like seeing...
Why? What do you think that? How does that link back to your childhood?
It's not about it has to do with my childhood. It's just I don't really care for somebody to be tonguing somebody down.
You feel like it's extra?
Huh? It's extra.
See?
Like, it's
people
like,
just get annoyed with extra.
It's like if somebody's in the mall, it doesn't matter gay or straight. It's like if somebody's in
the mall. I used to hate that shit in high school.
I just saw it the other day when I was going on my
walk.
Oh my god! I saw it on my walk, and it's
remember that shit
out in LA.
You walk behind the girl.
When dudes walk behind, doing that. I used to be like, just wait.
So out here in LA, so I know especially you might be out in the Bay Area too, but out here we used to make fun of a lot of Mexican dudes for that. Like a lot of Mexican dudes will always walk behind they walk miles behind their girl. Like, you know how G King got the thing right now. But that's how a lot of Mexican dudes will walk with their girl in high school. Yeah. They walk behind her for a mile and they have his hands around her hips and they'll just walk. I'm like, this shit's uncomfortable. Yeah. I tried it before. So I know it's uncomfortable. But that's how, and it's just like, that. A lot of that shit is just extra. Like, holding hands is different, but like, I've seen people like just tongue kissing in the middle of somewhere. And it's just and there's children around. It's just like, bro, it's like,
I love it.
Why are you having this sexual experience? Like, a kiss is fine. That's different to me. But like, if you're sitting there damn near having a sexual experience.
But it also depends on when and where we're at. You know what I'm saying?
There's a lot of stipulations. These are a lot of factors.
Here's the thing. I'm with you if we're out at a park. When everybody's on E in a club, nigga, I expect everybody to be fucking wild.
I feel like at that point, you technically having your own private party.
Yeah, like no one. I get it.
But like, I'm talking about like in a setting where there might be like a whole bunch of children, and all of a sudden you're just having this like, this set, or like people, I've seen like people riding on top of each other, like in a food court. And it's just like,
that's too much.
That's too much.
I like a backstory. I want to know, how did it come to this? Like, what happened? What did y'all do in Marshall's? What did you buy?
You don't love it. You know the story. It's just like, yo, why?
How did y'all arrive here? Yeah. Or you just cannot hold yourself.
And trust, in high school, sometimes you had to do your stuff in public, because you had to.
And your hormones are riding.
Right.
Insane.
So I don't necessarily knock a whole bunch of like the teenagers for it as much, because it's just like, yo, we probably can't fuck at my house. We probably can't fuck at your house. So we gotta either.
And it's new. They were just like,
you just doing whatever.
16, you're just like.
But when you have a car at this point,
what if 2 65-year-olds tonguing each other down?
You know what's crazy? Food court? When they're old, I actually like
you
it.
Like it. Because that's your celebrate the big girl thing.
I'm like, yo, y'all made it, and y'all still feel this way. Like, I guess when I feel like when you're in it, like at our age, I'm like, nigga, y'all fine.
All right, what if it's 2 60-year-olds, but they're both obesely overweight?
I mean, they made it. You know what I'm
saying?
Y'all
still living?
You still here? You still here on no medication? Y'all not in scooters? Your skin ain't different colors?
I think their scooters were parked next to each other. That's how they had to do it.
Oh shit! Okay, what if they're 2 obesely 60-year-olds and they're gay?
That'd be good for you. But
that's cool.
First of all, if you're any old gay person I see, I honestly respect the shit out of it, because I know what you went through. Right. Like when I see old interracial couples, I'm like, y'all went through some shit.
I look at them like it wasn't worth it.
Old gay couples and old interracial couples, I'd be like, woo!
Yeah.
Those type of people, I honestly would be interested in their story. Like, how was that shit? Like, going through what y'all had to go through back then. Like, man. Yeah. That's insane to me. And you know what? When I see old gay couples and old interracial couples, I honestly, though, to me, that is like love. Like, you didn't give a fuck. Like, you knew you were going to get in trouble. You knew you were going to get ostracized. You knew you might risk your life. But it's like, I love this person. Yeah. So to me, it's like, that is like intense ass love. Because y'all fought through the bullshit.
I think all old couples besides old white couples. Because even old black couples, you had to go through some shit too. You had to go through fucking walking through, and your girl might be getting rocks thrown at her and shit like that, walking to school.
Rocks.
Yeah, real. Yeah. This is true.
It's true.
You guy, like that shit is like the rest of you laughing at that. You're a horrible person, Gary.
I laughed when you said in there.
But that shit is.
That shit is it's not funny, but it's like the idea.
I mean, like old white love is the easiest out here, of course. But every other love, even if like any other race too, is just like even old black love is super super hard, and what they had to deal with, whether it's just like you know, whether it's like even a complexion thing, or whether it's just like not being able to be seen together. It's like you shouldn't be showing any type of affection because if there's two black people here, we're gonna possibly kill this man for being over here. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be.
I like old couples.
Yeah, I mean when I see, especially I know for me, I love when I see old black couples. And you ask when they're wearing like little matching outfits.
Yeah,
that shit warms my heart. Yeah. That shit makes me feel like, yo, man,
this amusement park. Yeah, that should be dope. I do like that.
Yeah, and it's just like when I see that, I'm just like, man, when you go, this shit exists because the internet will act like none of this shit exists at all. Really, like love in general is just like it's dying. You know what I'm saying? Like it is just what the internet make you think like people just out here fucking and that's it, and it's just like that's not really the case. But yeah, man.
That's because happy people don't really be on the internet like that.
Or they don't post as much.
They don't post as much. They don't have to prove nothing like we really good. Like we really
true.
Like people, I think when it comes to the internet, people got to really take in who's on the internet. The most miserable or the most loud. You know what I'm saying? The ratchet ass couples are either getting paid to be like that or whatever. Like, but most people who are like really good don't feel the need to be like they chilling. They in their own shit. Like
they're enjoying their time without putting a camera.
Right. They don't need that shit.
Yeah.
I love the irony that we post this on the internet.
Right.
Yeah, but this
is work.
Yeah,
everybody knows I hate this shit. I just do it because I have to.
This is also to give the insight of like whatever. But it's like even with like Janelle, it's like when I'm like a lot of times we'll be sitting there and we'll just be like we just enjoying a moment. And then when she wants to get out of the camera just to have these moments to go back to. She wouldn't even necessarily post everything. She'd be like she was going to her front, looking and be like, man, I want to go back to Mexico. This is like a great moment for us. Mm-hmm. But like for the most part, we'll just sit there on the beach. Or in the pool, I'm making sure I'm in the 3 feet because I can't swim.
Are you topless?
Huh?
You topless?
In the pool, yeah.
How come we don't say when it comes to men, we say shirtless, not topless?
I don't know why topless just came out. It sounded weird. That's
why
I was like, huh?
Because women, we say she's topless, but dudes, we say he's shirtless. Why do we do that?
Because I guess top is just the top. Whereas shirt, it's like when I think of a woman, it's like she's not just taking her shirt off. She has still take another extra thing off on her, which is the top of her chest. Yeah. Whereas a guy, just like our shirt is our exposure or lack of exposure for this. That's how I look at it.
I think it's that.
But yeah, man. You say you got a Jedi. It's 10:58.
Yeah. All right, where you at this week?
Me, I'm actually at Comedy Chateau. Kill got a show at a Comedy Chateau. I believe it's at 10 p.m. It's back on. It got canceled last month
on Saturday.
Yeah, this Saturday. So it's this drops Saturday. It'll be Saturday night at 10 p.m. Should be a fun show. Super dope. Excited to probably be doing some new material in there too. So come through, y'all. Show up.
Gays are invited.
It's.
You're so weird.
Man, this nigga acts like we live in a town where
like you're not a problem. Yeah. You niggas are a problem.
I ain't got nothing. Oh no, I'm at the reunion this weekend.
Yeah.
I'm at the 20-year reunion.
Yeah, you gonna be talking about this on there or no?
No. Because we're staying the whole weekend out there.
Gotcha.
Reader last Sunday?
Yeah. And I'll be there the following Sunday. And that's it. Where you at?
Arguing somewhere probably. The weekend? Yeah, weekend probably is an argument.
Are you at the reunion, man? Pull up. You got a babysitter, you got your mom. You know what I'm saying? Pull up. She got it. She could you know what I mean?
And they sick too. It's a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, they sick baby with the trash. All right, y'all. We'll see y'all next week. And thank y'all for tuning in every week.
Appreciate it.
Share it too. Share it. Tell people to watch it.
Yeah, appreciate all the fans that come see us live too. Like every time I do a show, somebody pop up like, "Yo, I'm a fan." They're really honest, man. So appreciate that. Hell out of y'all for showing up and showing love. We really do appreciate that stuff.
And we'll see y'all next week.
Oh, I feel for my brother.